Hey y'all, Nickie Brown here. No matter where you are, what part of the world you are in, I hope that you are having a good day. So I have a little bit of a message, just a talk. It's not going to be long. My first instinct was to talk about the things that jealous people do. But I kind of felt like I needed to take a step back and talk about the reasons why some people do what they do and the reasons why some people allow these things to be done, whether it's intentional or unintentional. Sometimes we're children when these things start happening, and then as adults, we just kind of learn to adjust um, and allow some of the same behaviors to take place, not knowing that we can stand up for ourselves or use our voice. And we don't have to yell or be nasty, and we don't have to curse um, or be mean to get our point across. So, some first, I want to start by talking about abuse, like different forms of abuse. Some of the forms of abuse, as most popular ones, verbal, emotional, mental, physical, and financial. Um, and usually these forms of abuse stem from childhood. Again, um, either as a child, maybe we had parents who exhibited this behavior, or someone in our life, right? So, as a result, we have inner child issues. And my phone's getting hot, so I'm again going to try to keep this brief. Some inner child issues include divorce, absent parents, whether it's physically or emotionally absent. You know, there are some parents who they just go to work and pay the bills, and they're like, as long as they're food, clothes, and shelter, I'm doing my job. But they're not spending quality time with the child. They're not telling the child they're doing a good job, or some of the things that you may actually need. And so, emotionally unavailable parents is still considered an absence and still leaves a void. It could be yelling, belittling, again, lack of encouragement or support, not using affirming words like, again, I'm proud of you, you're doing a good job, and constant complaining or criticizing, making you feel as if nothing that you do is good enough. The range of feelings you can have as a result is a lack of protection, shame, guilt. You may blame yourself for your parents getting divorced, abandonment, rejection, loneliness, and the need to choose. So even if your parents get a divorce and they co-parent, it can still make you feel abandoned and rejected. And it's your fault. The thoughts you may have are, I can't speak up. I don't matter. My feelings don't matter. It's my fault. There's something wrong with me. Basically, we internalize their situation and make it about us when really it doesn't have anything to do with us. These are adults who have their own inner child traumas or issues that they've never resolved. And they show up in adult life, and they just so happen to become parents, right? Actions. We attract other unhealed or emotionally unavailable people, or basically people with the same energy, right? And so basically we need to heal those karmas. And usually a lot of those karmas come from a past life. So if you understand that we sign a soul contract before we come back into this realm of existence, our goal is to go from our south node to our north node, and to get rid of, those those traits that are associated with our south node, and elevate to our north node, and to get rid of the karma. So usually, whoever we have karma with, we are attracting, right? And it could be good karma or not so good karma. But if you find that you're attracting a certain zodiac sign more often than not, like for myself, it was Cancer. So I know I needed to resolve those issues with Cancers, or with the Cancer zodiac sign, right? I also have Cancer in my chart. So again, it all lines up, and lets me know what I need to do for myself, again, to get to my North Node, which my North Node is also my rising sign, right? But I'm not going to get into the astrology of it all. We can also become the fixer in hopes that another broken person will love us, or we become Captain Save 'em, or it's a subconscious way to heal our childhood wounds. We figure if I can heal this person or help this person, in some way, subconsciously, you're helping that parent or whoever caused this trauma or pain in your life, right? We could also become people pleasers. This is a huge sign of abandonment issues because we always want to please this person because we're looking for love, right? We're looking for their attention. We're looking for their affection. And we can also be taken advantage of. Again, because we didn't learn to speak up for ourselves. Because many times some people are afraid of their parents, or they're afraid to speak up, or they're ashamed to speak up. Oh, that's just my parent doing a good job. And your parent may be doing the best, whatever's in their ability. That's very true. But it still affects us. So again, even if your parent is not intentionally doing anything to hurt you, it can still have an effect on you. So now I want to talk about something specific in terms of jealous people, because, when you show up a certain way, it can make people jealous. And they're not jealous of what you have. If they have more than you, they can be jealous of who you are. So let's talk about you're an associate, employee, team member, whatever your job title is, right? And you have a supervisor or manager. When an insecure manager feels a subordinate outshines them, they may feel threatened, right? Some will criticize your work or your work ethic. Again, you've manifested someone who did the same thing that your parent may have done to you, right? This may be subconsciously, but you have to heal the karma. And until you heal the karma, you're going to continue to attract people who show up to help you heal that karma, right? My karmic sign is Cancer. One of my last supervisors was a Cancer. I've dated 5 Cancers, right? So I had to learn whatever lesson I need to learn, because if you don't learn the lesson, it's going to continue to repeat itself. You can't get rid of it until you've learned the lesson, right? Even a family member, Cancer, right? They're great people, but again, if whatever sign you need to learn a lesson from keeps showing up in your life, that means you haven't learned the lesson yet. And the goal again is to get to your North Node, right? And I won't get into the astrology of it all, but yeah, you need to heal that karma. Anyway, this person can be dismissive or interrupt you during one-on-ones or even in front of people. They may belittle you. They may ignore you or your request, even your ideas. If you come up with a great idea, they may ignore your idea and make you feel like, your idea wasn't good. They could even steal your idea and take it to their upper management or whoever is over them, or even HR, whatever that looks like, and pretend that they came up with the idea, right? They think it's funny to point out your mistakes. They give you busy work or projects other people hate. You may not even hate it, but because they think that other people hate it, they're going to assume that you hate it and give it to you. And you might actually love it, but you better not tell that person you love it. But they assume that because everybody hates it, you're going to hate it too. So if you do it well or you outshine, then they're going to be really mad. They socially ostracize you, right? With other employees, associates, even with people who are in a lateral position or in an upper, higher position than them. And last but not least, they try to stop any praise or attention you receive. So if, say, someone from upper management comes, they'll say, oh, that person's doing it oh, well, he or she so-and-so and such and such. And they'll try to, make that person not see you for the good employee you are. They may even lie, right? They may make up something, again, just so that people don't see you in a positive light, right? So, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a part 2. I thought that this was going to be about relationships, but for some reason I end up going in the direction of it being your supervisor or manager. And so that's what that looks like when you work for someone who can be jealous of you. And again, they feel threatened because they feel like you outshine them, or they feel as if they're going to have to live up to certain expectations. So if you're doing a very good job, or if you're doing better, quote unquote, better than they are, then, upper management might actually expect them to do the same thing. Because how are you allowing an employee to do better job than you are, right? So anyway, that's what that looks like. I hope that this was helpful. As always, I appreciate all the likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. I'm glad the phone didn't die because it was overheating. And as always, I love y'all. Later. Mwah.